Hello and welcome to Cartoon Drawing Studio. Today we're going to be drawing a cartoon cowboy. Yeehaw! Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate your support. Okay, now grab your materials and let's get started. We're going to start off as usual, with the head. So for the head, I'm going to draw this circle as the base for my character. Remember, at this phase you should be sketching and drawing as lightly as possible because the pencil gives you ability to make a lot of changes. So now that I've drawn this circle for the base of the head, I'm going to go ahead and pull out this oval from the bottom, and this is essentially the character's jaw. Okay, perfect. Now I want to give myself a little dividing line already, so I kind of have an idea of what this character's head, where it's going to be. So this is going to be the eye line, and this is the division of the middle of the head. Perfect. We're going to keep working our way down. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a neck for this cowboy, which is essentially this rectangle or cylinder that I'm pulling down from the bottom of the head here. And now we're going to keep working our way down. For his body and torso, I'm going to use this bean shape. So I'm going to draw a bean here, and notice how the bean is kind of has a puffed out look of a puffed out chest. So the chest is coming out this way, and this arc here kind of represents the arc of the back. Now your bean can be different from mine, and that's okay. I'm going to also go ahead and indicate the dividing of the middle, the dividing line of the middle of the bean. This is the middle of it because he's facing in this direction. Okay, working our way down. So essentially this bottom part right here, these are the character's hips, this bowl down here in the bottom of my bean. Here's the front, here's the back. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this circle here, and this is basically where his hip attaches to his leg, attaches to his hip. So I'm going to do that. As for the hip, I'm going to go down here. Here is the knee. I'm going to go down this way. Here is the heel of the foot, and then we're going to come out, and this way these are the feet. This gumdrop, stretched out gumdrop. So I've mapped out the character on this side. Now on the other side, here is that side of the hip. It's going to come down. There is his knee cap down. Here is his heel. It's going to come out. And here is the gumdrop for the feet. So using these very simple shapes and lines, I've mapped out my character standing here. All right, now the arms. I'm going to go ahead and draw a circle here. That's where his shoulder attaches. It's going to come out this way. Here's his elbow. We're going to come down, and here is his hand. This sideways oval. So at this point, we're going to just keep mapping out our character's armature, his body. Here is the other shoulder. Come out this way, actually, a little bit up. Here's the elbow, up. Here is the hand, because my plan for this one is to have him holding his cap. So I want to get the cap in here before I go any further with this hand. And his cowboy hat, rather, is going to wrap around his head like this. This is very important. It wraps around his head. Then it comes out through here and bends up. So bends up like this. And now we're going to catch this U shape here, and it goes around, wraps down under here, and then comes around his head. So if you see me drawing that, what I've done is I've basically, here was the line for the forehead, and here, this shape The boomerang in the front looping around the back is basically his cowboy hat. And this part comes around like this. So I'm trying to build this plane above his head. And now the top of his cowboy hat really comes out from here, right? So then here it is up there. I'm not gonna eventually ink this, but I do give myself a guide so I know where it's supposed to sit on his head. Okay, perfect. So his hat is done. I may have to adjust his hand a little bit. And we're gonna keep working our way down, and now we're doing our second pass, so we're adding details. Here is one eye. Here is the other eye. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and draw his pupils in here. There's his pupils. And I'm gonna give him maybe one eyebrow down and the other eyebrow up, because he's gonna have this cocky cowboy expression. All right. So for his nose, your nose can be different from mine, but I'm gonna give him this kind of nose. You can go with a smaller, a bigger, a rounder. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. When we draw cartoons, we're just combining a lot of these different things to have variety. So I gave him this kind of nose. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull out his smile here, and I'm gonna have him with this big smile because he's gonna be a good guy sheriff. And I have his teeth here like that, sparkling. Perfect. All right, we keep working our way along. Let's go ahead and also get his ear in here, which is basically this half circle. And here's the inner detail of the ear. And now we're also going to go ahead and draw his hairline right there, and maybe a little wave of curly hair coming out here from the front. Perfect. All right, adding more details as we work our way down. I'm going to go ahead and draw this scarf here by pulling out this shape, and then it's wrapping around. So here is the other side of it. And then it comes down like this and wraps around. So here is a neck scarf, because he's a cowboy and they wear those to protect themselves from the dirt, I think, right? When they're horseback riding. So there is the back of the scarf where it ties up. All right. And then we're going to keep working our way down. Let's get his arms in here. So let's start with this back arm, because this one's going to be very important. So here is one rectangle going up. Here's another rectangle going up this way, which are essentially cylinders. And then I'm gonna draw this other rectangle or cylinder a little bit bigger. And then here is his hand coming out of his shirt. All right. So now when the hand is coming out, I'm gonna go ahead and divide this in two sections. Here is the palm, but here this thumb is coming out like this, and then on this end we have a finger holding, because he's holding the hat up. So there's one finger, two finger, three finger, and maybe one more hidden back there, and the palm of his hand. So we have this hand holding up the hat. Now we're going to come over to this hand, and we're going to have the rectangle coming down like this. We're filling in the guide that we gave ourselves already. There's his shoulder, comes down, and it comes down this way, goes up, and we have the sleeve of his shirt. Now this hand, we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to have it open because he's going to be ready to draw. So there is the thumb coming out like that. Here is one finger, another finger, another finger, and maybe one more like that. So we're keeping this very, very simple. Okay, perfect. Now we're gonna give him a vest. So I'm gonna draw this half oval here, come down, and then give him this side of the vest. And now we're gonna come on the other side. We're gonna do this. And we're going to give him the other side of the vest. Okay, we're still working our way down. Now, let's go ahead and give him a belt, that he's wearing his belt here. So I cut this right there, and then here is a rectangle for his belt that wraps around his waist. Perfect. And now somewhere down here, before we draw his legs, we're gonna go ahead and get his holster in there. We're gonna draw this oval, and coming down like this, we're basically drawing his holster. Is this cylinder down here? It's gonna be above his leg. So from in there, we're gonna draw here a very simple, his cowboy gun. So here is the chamber. We're gonna come up like this, and we're gonna draw the handle like that. There's the handle. We're gonna draw another oval inside the handle, and then the trigger right here. So it's a very simple shape here for the gun. And then coming out the bottom end is the bottom of his cartoon gun. All right, so the holster has to wrap around his waist. So we're gonna have it coming up like this. We're drawing this rectangle above it, like that. We're gonna draw this side of the belt, like this, and then another rectangle above it, which is basically where the belt is being tied off. And now for his pants. So he has his belt, he has his holster, the pants are gonna come down this way. There was his pelvis, so the pants is bending this way, and it's gonna come down this way, and we're basically gonna fill in his legs now. Come down this way, there's his kneecap, so I filled that in. I'm gonna come down this way, and then over here, there's his kneecap, and we're gonna come back up this way. And now all we have left to do are his boots. So his boots, he's gonna give him some cowboy boots. They're gonna bend like this. They have a little V here in the front. And then this one is gonna do this. It gets a little skinnier as it gets towards the bottom. And then here, essentially, his leg is already drawn, his foot rather. And then we can make him a little pointy if you want. So here is the other V, comes down. We're filling that in. And then here is the other boot. So we have both of his boots drawn out. We have all the details mapped out. Let's go ahead and actually add a little more detail here. We're gonna give him a star because he's gonna be the sheriff in town. So I'm drawing a star with these circles at the end. Perfect. And I think that pretty much covers the character and the details. So we've drawn this cowboy, we've sketched it out with our pencil. And now at this point, we're gonna put away our pencil. We're gonna go ahead and grab our ink pen, and we're gonna try to make decisions on the final lines that we wanna keep. This is why it's so great to draw in pencil first, because we can make our sketch, we can make adjustments, and then come back and start inking our final character. So I'm gonna speed up this part of the video and let you ink it at home while I ink my cowboy here. There you have it. There is our inked cowboy character. All we have left to do now is grab our eraser and erase the pencil marks. And we're left with our finished final cowboy drawing. There we go. Now we can add a little bit of color. That completes our cowboy drawing. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more free drawing lessons. Okay guys, keep on drawing, and thanks for watching.